Namaskara.
Namaste.
Gatamithihasam punarunnetum युवसङ्घटनं नवमिह कर्तुं भारतकीर्तिं दिशि दिशि नेतुं दृढसङ्कल्पाः विपदि विजेतुं. To revive and uphold the past glory, to build a culturally strong nation, to spread the glory of motherland all around, and to develop strong stoicity to tide over problems whatsoever that puts us down. God has created two real gems, and undoubtedly, Kiran Subramanyam sir is one among them. Janani Janma Bhumishcha Swargadapi Gariyasi. Mother and motherland are always greater than heaven, and Kiran sir is an explicit example for this. Namaskar and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sai Raman Nritya Kendra Tumakuru brings to you a thought-inspiring webinar series, Rasagrahi, Sankatha, a conversation with internationally acclaimed male dancers under the able leadership of versatile Vidwan Sagar Tumakuru. We are very honored, fortunate, and humbled to have one of the finest artists and a real great human being, Karnataka Kalashri Guru Kiran Subramanyam sir, as our guest of the day. A respectful welcome to you, Kiran sir.
Namaste,
Welcome,
madam.
dear
Namaste,
Sagar.
and I'm very happy to be here. Namaste, Sagar. And
Namaste,
you are
sir.
such a well-read, well-qualified artist, and Sagar is excellent dancer, and he's doing so much. Apart from dancing, he's doing so much service through dance. That's
Yeah.
really commendable, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. A heartfelt welcome to you also, Sagar sir. Welcome,
Thank you, ma'am.
our respected viewers. I take these moments of honor to speak respectfully about Kiran sir. Dance has been his divine inspiration right from birth. Having been trained under the most reputed gurus, Srimati Padmini Ravi and the Dhananjayans, Kiran sir, along with his Shakti Swarupini Sandhya Kiran ma'am, has embarked on this odyssey with passion and devotion. In the years that have gone by, he has carved a distinct identity for himself. Kiran sir has been greatly lauded for rendition of the Bharatanatyam technique characterized by a unique flavor. Stellar stage presence, unrestrained spontaneity, and exceptional creativity have distinguished him as performer of a unique caliber. Whenever I speak of Kiran sir, it goes in Ekashesha Vritti. I mean Kiran sir and Sandhya ma'am because they are so united, so gelled well, like Vagartha Viva Sampriktau, Vagartha Pratipattaye, Jagatah Pitarau Vande, Parvati Parameshwarau. They just bonded like Vak and Artha, the speech and its meaning. Greatly knowledgeable yet super grounded sadhaka, our Kiran sir, has performed extensively in India and several other countries abroad. Notable performances are Pandit Ravishankar's magnum opus Ghanashyam, Kiran sir's lead role opposite film star Hema Malini in Savitri and Ramayan, the Hampi Utsav, Seher's Ananya Festival, and the National Dance Alliance, the Suvritti Festival at Kalakshetra, and many, many more. A graded artist of India's national television channel, Doordarshan, Kiran sir has also propagated art on private television channels on shows Natyanjali, Hejje Mele Hejje, and many more. As an empaneled artist of the Indian Council of Cultural Relations, Kiran sir is the nation's cultural ambassador to the whole world. As an acknowledgement of true caliber and achievement, he is the recipient of several recognitions and awards. Karnataka Kalashri, Nritya Nipuna, Natyanjali, Nritya Ratna, Kalavatamsa, Ananya Puraskar, etc. coveted awards are honored by being conferred onto Kiran sir. He has also been featured in various news publications, magazines, and books on dance. Upskilling hundreds of students in dance and samskara at his learning abode, Rasika Art Foundation, with dedicated support of consort Shakti Swarupini Sandhya ma'am, lovable daughter Rasika Kiran, and senior disciples Ramya Janaki Raman and Shivaranjani Harish. Kiran sir has been recognized for his remarkable skills in choreography, and sir is synonymous to rhythmic patterns and the art of Natwangam. He's been invited to choreograph productions for several commission projects in India and abroad. Widely traveled and well informed, he is invited to conduct workshops, present papers, and lectures at seminars and preside at events. My words fail to completely express my respect, my glorious feelings towards Kiran sir for being such a great human being and an artist of supreme class. He is a true amalgamation of artistic and humane qualities. Namaskaram and a respectful welcome to you, sir, again. My
Namaskara,
respectful
namaskara, man.
Namaste, sir. My respectful welcome to one and all watching this show. Thank you, respected audience, for taking time off and watching our very thought-inspiring session of the day. And we shall await a very exciting conversation between our Kiran sir and the versatile Sagar Tumakuru. Over to you, sir. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha.
Namaste, ma'am. Thank you, Rupashri, ma'am, for such a lovely introduction about a great personality with us today, Shri Kiran sir. And first of all, I would like to apologize with Kiran sir that we could not call Sandhya ma'am also on the panel, with due respects to her, since it was a male dancers conversation. So we have you alone today to fight the battle with
Sir,
for
I
one.
have told whenever we talk about Kiran sir, it is like Shiva and Shakti.
Always Kiran's. Yeah, it's
Right.
always Kiran's. From so many decades, it has been like that. But it's really, we are all blessed to hear it from you, sir, today. So before we start today's session, I would like to humbly present to you a bouquet of Abhinaya just to welcome you to the panel.
Oh, wonderful.
That was
Beautiful,
it, sir.
beautiful, Sagar. It's
Abhinaya.
nice. It's called, it's Nritya Gucha.
Yes,
That
sir.
is bouquet of dance. That's beautiful.
Yes, sir.
It's a very thoughtful way. Thank you. It is beautiful.
Thank
Very
you, sir.
nice.
So, since we are in the offline mode, at far off places, online mode, so I thought I
Yeah,
would
it's
this
true.
way at least to welcome all the artists into the program. So thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you. It was very
We'll get
nice.
into
Very
the
nice.
conversation. I think the people are waiting to hear from you about your journey and your life and your message, all the three. I would like to cover as much as possible and give some food for thought for them for this evening. Sir, I think the first question which I start with for everybody is this, because we have this very interesting story of indulging ourselves or dance absorbing us, rather, I would say. So, how was it at your end that you were attracted and you imbibed this divine art form, sir?
Uh, when I started dancing, uh, dance was before even I started dancing, I would say dance was a fantasy for me. Fantasy in the something which you want to have in your life, something which you want to own. ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. Um, it was a it was a fantasy for me, and to become, you know, be a part of this wonderful art form. Not knowing the pros and cons of anything, what it means at that time. I'm talking nearly about 37 years back or something. This journey, what I'm saying. So at that time, it was almost a taboo for male dancers, especially male dancers. It was very difficult because the one thing, the common thing they would ask you was. One thing, society was not so open to accept, because it thought it was meant to be only ladies who needs to practice dance, and men taking up dance is below status of a man. It is effeminate to be a male dancer. Number one. Number two is the most practical question which was there was, what is that going to be your living? Because earning through dance was the most difficult part of it, which was true. It was true. The second part was true. The earning through dance was very, very difficult, because the income through dance was very, very difficult, and it was a genuine concern in the for the society and your family and your close people. So I took up dancing, not knowing that I will take it as a profession, but definitely with a lot of passion and a lot of encouragement from my parents. Because before that, just a year before I started dancing, year or two, I think, I had started learning mridangam. So I already had art, some kind of this one in my life, and I come from a family of musicians. My father was a Sanskrit scholar, my mother was a vocalist, aunts and all were all different, dance and music and all. So my father actually, surprisingly, was the one who pushed me into dancing. In the sense, for him, I'm not saying I believe in it. For him, my eyes were very beautiful for dance. That's what he used to say. "ನಿನ್ ಕಣ್ಣು ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಕಣೋ ಡಾನ್ಸ್ಗೆ" ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. So he was the one who said, if you learn dance, it'll be nice. Nachkobeda. He said, these are the things. Don't feel shy. Go and learn. And luckily, that was a year my teacher, my guru Padmini Ravi, had come to Bangalore after her marriage, and she was just living across our house. And she had stopped teaching dance after marriage, but she started teaching dance after she came to Bangalore. So it all fell in place. So my parents and aunties, Padmini aunties, people were family friends because they were living here. Then we got introduced, and I got into the class, and I was shocked to see so many girls and no boys at all. The moment I entered, I just told my mother came with me actually. She said, "Hotogana ba wapasu, let's go back." So she said, "ಇಲ್ಲ ಇರೋ ಇರೋ ಹೆದರ್ಕೋಬೇಡ ಬಾ." I said, ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಒಂಥರ ಸಂಕೋಚ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. Then he said, "No, come, we will." Then she introduced me to my teacher. My teacher was very, very happy that a male dancer is. I think there was one more boy who had joined. One more boy was there. So she said, "Oh, don't worry, there's already one more boy in Tarane, ಹುಡುಗ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. So you can start ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗೆ start ಆಯ್ತು. It just started as a passion. ಆಯ್ತು ಒಂದು ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ 8 ವರ್ಷ ಕಲಿಕೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ was doing my engineering also at time ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ. Suddenly something struck to me and uh, saying that somewhere I need to be connected to the society, not just through belonging to the society, but having interaction with the society. And I thought dance was the perfect medium to be in connection, in interaction with the society. Because at one-on performances we go, we meet about so many people, thousands of people. Sometimes we meet, and we talk to them through dance. We have a conversation with them. So I thought this is wonderful profession to be, being with society, not realizing the economical part or the social part of it. So one day I went and told my teacher that I'm going to take this as a profession. I'm going to quit everything. I don't want to do anything. She was shocked to the shell because she said she knew about the difficulties, and she told me the truth about the whole profession. Itara, this is the way it's going to be. Think twice before getting into it. It's not going to be easy, and nobody is going to marry you also, because if you are not going to be you be a dancer and you're not earning, nobody is going to give you a girl, and all those things she advised me. But luckily I had a great friend in Sandhya in that dance class, because she also was in same class with me, with Padmini auntie. She was a great friend, and I had already shared my thoughts with her, and she was very, very forthcoming to my idea, even not knowing what the difficulties are. At that time, I didn't know that I'm going to marry her. So we were just good friends. So she said, she encouraged me in the fact and saying, do it. If you really feel from your heart, do it. You will have to face the difficulties, whatever it is. Then, it happened so that I proposed to her and we got married, and the journey continued. But it was a difficult thing because the moment they got to know that I took up dancing, the whole society isolated me, in the sense they didn't want to do anything with a dancer, because they thought it was below their dignity to be in association with a dancer. You know, they didn't want to be associated with a dancer, and on top of it, I didn't have a means to survive, in a sense, like I didn't have performances were not giving that much money. Honestly, they were not giving that much money at all. Performances, absolutely, you couldn't. It was more of a free performance most of the time than paid performance. So it was like that. So luckily, my teacher that time, she still encouraged me, and she allowed me to take classes in her institution, and supported me also financially. And I slowly, and she asked me to start teaching dance after about 10 years of learning. Then I started teaching in about 6 places in Bangalore, in garages, in basements, and in houses, verandas, and all those things. And we started earning our first salary, like 15 rupees per month and things like that, 25 rupees. So at that time, it was huge money for us. So that's how it started, and picked up and went on. And then we wanted to go to Chennai, the Dhananjayans, especially when we married, because they were couple dancers. We wanted to understand the nuances of couple dancing. So, but we couldn't afford, because they were already established gurus, and they had a certain amount of, this thing. So, but they were also very considerate. They said, I will take one fees from you, though both of you are there, we will take one fees. And they were also supported. And what we used to do is every month from the 1st to 15th of every month, we used to be in Bangalore, taking classes all the days, 15 days continuous.
15 days.
Take all the money, go to Chennai, and the next 15 days learn in Chennai and
Yeah.
come back. This is how the routine went quite some time. Then my teacher said that it's time for you to now go and establish in Bangalore. And they sent me. So our journey began there with our students. We had about 3 to 4 students at that time. So, I mean, in a sense, like I had stopped going everywhere. I started only in my place. So we started again from fresh, 3 to 4
Scratch.
students
Yeah.
when we came back from Chennai. So it went on. It picked up. We were lucky to have wonderful students who supported us, who brought our vision to reality, and who got us whatever name and popularity we had.
Sir, I would ask you two incidents related to the journey, which you just shared with all of us. So you said about society separating you in certain such way. So what was one of your, I would say, most bitter, or in your memories, it would have been remained one bitter experience of you felt that, okay, because I am a dancer, they are doing this to me, or directly it would have been hurt you or something like that. And also, after so many years of struggle, now the status you are at as a most adored personality in the field of Bharatanatyam of Karnataka, do you feel the opposite reaction from the similar society, if they still exist? If you can share both the situations together, it will be nice, sir.
Okay. The second question you're asking as a dancer in Karnataka, what is that?
After you establishing as a coveted dancer, what was the reaction of the society towards you?
Ah,
Any good,
okay.
good reaction towards same accepting you back into their circle or something like that? And in the beginning, what was the bitter experience for you that they kind of rejected you from the circle?
Bitter experience. I wouldn't blame anybody, honestly. I wouldn't like to
No, no,
offend
it's
anybody,
okay.
but I would like to
Yeah.
share that all my friends unfriended me from their lives, and a lot of people uh, in the society. When I say isolated, I remember an incident when there was a gathering, and I had gone there as one of the person
Yes.
invited by a common person, and I remember when I went, nobody even looked at me. Number one in the
Oh.
group. Number two is. Uh, I myself went and said hello to everybody, and they quite a few people just walked off without even saying hello, and some people were reluctant in saying, and one or two nice people were there who just spoke to me also well, but they were very sarcastic to me in my question, in the way they used to talk to me and ask me like, "Hagide banna hakon kuniodu," means how is it to just put paint your face and dance?
Dance
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೀದಿಲ್ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ means are you dancing in the streets?
on the streets, yeah, different streets.
Different streets. ಬೀದಿಲ್ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇರೆ ಏನು ಸಿಕ್ಲಿಲ್ವಾ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಹುಡುಗಿರ್ ತರ ಈ ತರ ಮೇಕಪ್ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಗರ್ಲ್ ವೈ ಡು ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಪ್ and do all these things and all those things. And the worst part is they said, what will you ದುಡ್ಡಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ಭಿಕ್ಷೆ ಬೇಡ್ತೀಯಾ? They said, what you'll do for the money? Are you going to beg people? That was the most hurting, and I know some people intentionally who hurt me by saying this loudly so that everybody can hear
Everybody hears that. Yeah.
to me. And it was painful that time because if they had told me in person, maybe I would have taken it well, or maybe I would have
Positive.
understood their perspective of what they wanted to talk to me, or I would have just left it. But they made it a point to do this in a big group, large gathering. Right? That pained me a lot, but at the same time angered me and brought me into a very what you say conviction that
You have to
whether
do
I'm
something.
going to do this person again or not, but I'm going to, no, I'm going to make everything what he's talking false. So I am going to do that. And that conviction, actually, I thank that person who spoke like that, because that kind of this one brought in a kind of a strong
Triggered.
conviction in me. So chala antarala, kannadadalli,
ಹೌದು.
one hata, they
ಹಠ.
needed to do it. So that was very, very, I thank that person now. At that time, it was painful. And after a couple of years, I think about 7 to 8 years, the same person's daughter joins my class
Very interesting, sir.
to learn dance from me.
Hmm.
So it's interesting, life, how it go, but sometimes, when that's what I was reading, when things are go against your will, and sometimes they talk bad to you, you have to control your emotions and swallow it within you and go ahead in life. One day it's a circle, so it'll come back.
Yeah, they have to come back to you. That's
So
a very good
that's
thing, sir. Yeah, and I think most of them probably in the decades which you were facing this problem, probably every dancer, male dancer, would have faced this. But right now, I think the field is little open, and people are generously accepting male dancers too, as they're part of
yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Because when I took up dancing, there were only about, I mean, there were about few male dancers, and in them, earning through dance was myself and another gentleman who are learning only through earning through dance. Other people
learning.
had something else to support them, in the sense, some other thing. But now it's like huge. I mean, you are popular as a male dancer. If you say a male dancer, they welcome you with a lot of.
I know.
It's
So
good.
that is changed. Yeah. So the story might not be same for others. So this is a very good, feature that they came to know about the societal conditions, rather, I would say, then when you started actually learning. Sir, and one more very important point which you mentioned in your journey was to learn under the great gurus Dhananjayans from Chennai. So apart from the tough part of you sustaining yourself and going and learning from there, so after you came back here, you were also very confident, and you and Sandhya ma'am have striked out almost all the performances as duet couple dancers, and famous and successful rather couple dancers across the globe. So what were the basic lessons which you learned, which were different from solo performer, because I have seen you as solo performer too, and later couple dancing, which had a separate glamour and choreographically also a different feature which was followed. And nonetheless, she was a wonderful partner to you, and you were equally sharing everything on stage. But what do you feel that there are these kind of things which as couple dancers we need to concentrate?
Yeah. With Padmini auntie, my guru, Padmini auntie, she was very fearless in approach to dance. In a sense, she was always think out of the box. You know, very, very. I mean, she was go beyond her time sometimes to do things which she had done 20 years back, which is sometimes I see happening now. So
Now.
she was that kind of a person. And yeah, and she was so versatile. She was so versatile. She was absolutely not organized. She was very spontaneous. The word is spontaneous. She would just create things and go on, go on, go on further. There was no, kind of a structured box and put it into the box and look at it. There's no such things. With Dhananjayans, it was opposite. They were extremely meticulous, very well planned, and they would prepare things. And basically, we went to Dhananjayans because we want to understand the concept of duet dancing. Because duet dancing is not just two people going on stage and dancing next to each other. That is not duet dance. I mean, it is called duet dancing, but technically there are a lot of things. When you do a solo dance, of course, the technical part of it is the same as duet dancing, means in the sense like your technique of dance should be good, your abhinaya should be good, nritta has to be good, your various things have to be good, whatever requirements. The grammar is same, I would
Same.
say. But you have the scope and ability, and also you have the choice of kind of working over within your own self, because there are times when you can just skip something and add something at your will and do things. But when you come to duet dancing, you have the responsibility of knowing that there's another person next to you who is complimenting you sometimes. And sometimes she is even contradicting you. So you are responsible just not to take off. You know, sometimes you can't just take off. And even if you take off, there has to be a kind of an understanding. So me and Sandhya started working on something called we speak through our reflexes, in the sense it's not that we look at each other and say something to each other, but we speak through our reflexes. No, that is what is very, very important for us. So what we did was, initially we would look at a mirror and say, we have to see each other, and say, okay, our hand should be like this, we have to move and things like that. But later on, we came out of that and said, let us coordinate with our feelings. So it became so that we practice in such a way that when I used to lift my left hand, she automatically used to lift her left hand without looking at me, even without
Yeah.
knowing that I'm going to do that, and vice versa. Even I used to practice. And abhinaya, the way we do reactions, actions, and
Ah,
how we complement and how we contradict sometimes, even that is beautiful. Sometimes yeah, I had the, I wa- I'm I between us, she's a very meticulous, very well programmed person, in the sense she has something she does. I am not like that. I just take off sometimes, and I can't be fit into the box. I find it very suffocating. So, but we had a biggest challenge, and we had nasty fights between us also, because she used to always say that you do this to me on stage, and I don't know what I have to do. I look like a one. You make me look like a stupid on stage, and I not intentional. It is just a
yeah.
spontaneous thing. But she
All right.
also learned to very well cope up. But these are the challenges. These are the things we need to work for a couple dancer, because it is just not dancing, learning an item or choreographing and choreography. The word you use, choreographing means before. I mean, after you compose everything, the way you choreograph, it should not be just like reproduction of it should not be mechanical. It should not be a puppet kind of thing. It should be very natural. At the same time, having the perfect coordination and the timing, the reflexes, all those things. So choreography changes completely when you're doing with a partner, and those that choreography is may not be adaptable as a solo dancer many a times. And what you do as a solo will not be adaptable as a duet, because the treatment itself is different. It is two energies, different energies coming together and merging as one. Okay, so but there are two energies working. Okay, so you're merging as one there. Okay, here it is just one energy, so you can manipulate it within that. So
Yeah.
here two
Yeah.
energies are there. So when you're merging, fine. When you're a little apart, you are still two energies. So it's a very different way treatment when you do a choreography. We have to think and we have to work a lot in understanding our personalities, our characters, and the way our body language, the way we, all those things matter. Our nature. I'm an extrovert. She's an introvert. So how
Hmm.
you bridge it, all those
Bridget.
things are matter. Yeah, it matters.
That's a
It
great thing,
really
sir.
matters.
It actually prompts me to ask this question because you both are husband and wife. You became couple dancers and you are giving performances after marriage too. So there might be challenges during practice hours. So because the time she might be free after her homework and you are differently occupied, and how do you manage this timetable of
Yeah.
practice, because it is very important, no sir? because as you write.
I agree perfectly because I was so much into dancing, and I was doing a couple of things on my own, and in the sense like teaching and collaborating with a few other artists. So I had my own, schedule and things like that, choreographing and all those. She had also the responsibility of looking after the home. Then
Yeah,
after that, we had a daughter. The way she had to work. Actually, both of us were very, very, it was a difficult thing because, like you said, when I used to feel this one to go and dance, she would not have the energy to come and
free.
dance because she would be not free in time and energy also sometimes
Yeah,
because after marriage responsibilities, home responsibility, and after the kid, looking after the kid, and at the same time we will give the fullest to the dance. It is a challenge, but I would give more this one to her because her sacrifice was more than mine
yeah, mm,
because she had to do a lot of jugglery in her life because it's physically, mentally, and emotionally, and domestically looking after her. And there's another being in our lives, that is our daughter, and attending to her. Yes, I used to be more the fun part of it with her, but actual nurturing and all,
yeah,
she was responsible. So it was a challenge, but I will tell you, this is possible. Absolutely looks we at that now. If I think I can see all this, but at that time it just flowed because
mm,
there was a good understanding between us. I would credit that to that understanding. There would be the compromise. There would be that give and take. This one between us, and there would definitely be that there would be difficult times too. I wouldn't say it was idealistic, but we
yeah.
could sail through because of understanding.
That is, thank you, sir. Thanks for that answer. And yeah, it shows how much love you have towards ma'am and your daughter. That's really nice to
Yeah, yeah.
hear.
They are my they are my everything, and I better allow my wife because she has to give me good food and take care of me well. Otherwise, it'll be difficult. Actually,
Yes.
now she's the boss at home. Outside, I look as if I'm the boss, but she's the boss at home. And my
That's
daughter is just taking after her mother also. So she's also dominating. So I'm the more quieter person at home now.
it's sometimes good to be quiet at home, no, sir, as a
Yeah,
married
yeah,
man.
yeah. It solves a lot of problem. It solves a lot of
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, and you know the truth. Sir, let's go to your another personality, which links to the, the wonders you're actually creating now in terms of choreography. That is basically your learning and acquiring the knowledge of Mridangam. That was something which was generally we have heard people, and even me, when we went to dance classes, we were told to learn music so that it will supplement us and complement or support us a little bit. So we all have learned to music to an extent, but you are a specialized person in terms of rhythm patterns through mridangam learning. So can you just throw some light on how did you kind of venture into getting your learnings of mridangam into this art of
Yeah,
Bharatanatyam, sir?
it's a very good question. Yes, I totally agree with you. One thing you said it right. It's important for dancers to learn some kind of music. You don't have to be a professional. You might not be a professional singer or a professional rhythmist or whatever it is. But learning music will definitely help you understand the bhavas and the kind of the subtleties of dance. All those things you will be able to enjoy better your dance when you learn music, or it could be even sahitya. It can be even literature, whatever it is. Some kind of this one is very, very, very important to learn, I feel. For me, it was mridangam. Yes, my mridangam learning greatly contributed to my dancing. I would not deny that. But saying that, mridangam is a totally different ball game. different ball game. Dance rhythm, when you adapt to dance, it's a totally different thing. It's not like just what I do and play in the Malangam, I will be exactly translating it to dance. It needs a different approach. In the sense, the source is that for the rhythm. Mridangam, I understand. But when you take it, dance has a different demand. What it demands a kind of more of a dramatic thing, musicality. It demands what you say, more of since it's emotion based art dance. So what are the kind of feelings which each for me, and I say when I do some workshops, I talk about how each movement has a feeling, not just the abhinaya. I'm talking
Even
each
in the nritta.
movement. Nritta also has each movement has its own unique bhava, has a unique feeling. If you understand that and if you do it, the dancer will, the audience will enjoy your dancing much more. Number one. Number two is even rhythm. For me, when I do Natavangam, I'll say every syllable has a bhava. Every syllable has a bhava. The way you treat it, it's very important. For that, what you have to do is you have to take it, uh, experience it, then express it. You know, you have to take it, experience it, and express it. Okay, you just cannot pick it from somewhere and say, show it. This is what it is through you. That won't work. Okay, you understand what I'm saying. So the
Exactly.
taste, the flavor of it is first has to be tasted by you. So you have to taste it
We cannot.
to tell
You
actually.
mean to say that we can never imitate, but we can only get inspired and then
No,
reinterpret it
yeah.
probably.
Initially, when initial part of your learning, any student, we will be just doing, I would say, imitation only. In the sense,
Yeah.
what a teacher says, the student says, because we don't think much, we just replicate. But as you become serious dancers, you need to understand the nuances. You need to be with it. You need to live with it. You need to love it. You need to have a relationship with it to know the beauty of it. Otherwise, it's not possible. Otherwise, it becomes such a superficial thing in your life. You know what I'm saying? It becomes a superficial thing. It's a borrowed thing, taken off the shelf and then given it to somebody.
Yeah.
ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಗಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಲ್ಲ, ನಂದು ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ it has to go through me. I have to
Through you.
experience it. I have to internalize and give it with my own touch of so that part of it, I worked quite a lot in my worked. When I say I didn't intentionally, it was madness. You just go on doing it. Avagela, we didn't think that, oh, I'm going to do this practice, I'm going to show in this performance. ಆ ತರ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮಗೆ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿನೇ ಇತ್ತು. ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು 2 ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ 3 ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದು. It was, we used to great thing if you get 2 or 3 performances in a year. I'm not talking now every month we can think of a performance or a two in a month. But that time it was so our most of the time was in is in the collection, in kind of contemplation and doing lots of work. So what happened is it gives ample material to exhibit. So when you have ample material, then you can exhibit. Without anything, what will you exhibit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it? So that was helpful. So what I say to all the dancers is, apart from your performance, of course we plan things for our performances. E item ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, that item, this item. Apart from that, make time for your own what
Exploration.
introspection, exploration, right word, exploration and experiences. And whether you do it on stage or not, you don't know, don't worry
Secondary.
about it. Secondary. If it comes, well and good. If it doesn't come, also it will be useful some other time. So many other things what I did 15 years back has come to being now. So I never even thought of it. Now I realize, oh, I did this that time. That's how it is. So dance is always a cumulative result. It's not an instant thing. I always say it's a cumulative result. So that's why we in the first dancers should learn patience. The problem is we don't have patience. We want everything. We want everything right away.
Fast.
Overnight success. which is not possible.
But your knowledge about that and the way you have implemented is like tremendously applaudable, sir, because especially from last year what you have given through social media itself is so much that people danced in trance to all the jatis which you actually said in different BPMs and things like that. I used to regularly follow it, but somewhere in my mind it was also there, because there is a category of people, I would say, let me be very frank, they hinder to give what they have. So when you have implemented this and
I think I lost Sagar. Hmm. I think he was asking about, you're asking about the holding back in giving, what you have. Um, uh, I would say the more empty I am, the more rich I can be. That's how I look in my life. In a sense, I am going. I the more I give it away, I am going to be more rich because I have enough space to accumulate more. So that's how I look at my life and in my. Mm, I think I lost you, Sagar, but I got your question. That's what I'm answering now.
yeah, okay, sir.
Holding back, no issues. I would say I was just telling, for me, the more I give, the more richer I am because I have enough space to load myself more. So you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? For me, that is a principle. And there have been times in my life I've been very fortunate with my guru who magnanimously gave me things, number one. And I've also had experiences in my life where people were finding it so difficult to, I was denied of so many things because they were not willing to share.
Yeah,
So
that's that. Yeah.
both this combined to me. My guru who was very magnanimous in giving, and equal number of people I saw, more number of people who were very, very, scared to give because they thought somebody, uh, all this thing I combined. I said, okay, I have to give magnanimously, and I should never hold back. I should not deny anyone from learning what they want to learn. But it's important as a dancer that you should learn the right way. In the sense, I know I'm going to get it free. I take it. I understand, which is right. I take it, but I should, once I take it, I know I should
Value.
not think that, value it, and I should not think that every time I'm going to get it like that. No, you have to work for it to come and fall on your lap. You have to work for it. So and that for that you need the discipline in your dance. Go and learn. People. So I had no qualms in giving because it doesn't belong. What is that knowledge? It should not belong to one person. It should go. And for me, I am not. I'm a dancer. I should be able to create. If today I'm called whatever it is, dancer or a teacher or a leader, I should be able to create more leaders. I should not create people who are sub less than me. I should create them in par with me or more than me. It's have to empower them. For that, you need to just give. And when you give, you increase your what you say, treasury of knowledge, because you have that much space for something else to come. If you hold on to that, you have nothing a space to come. You'll be only holding on to that for a long time. So this is what I felt is necessary for.
Very true.
So,
Very
so
true,
that's
sir.
the reason why I also got it like that. So I should give it like that.
No, it was very inspiring, sir, because one more point, what you mentioned is very important, that we need to maintain the quality also once we give, because once people tend to give, the quality also should not come down.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
but
it's a responsibility. You're right.
yeah, it's
It's a responsibility because you have to maintain it. You should not having something very precious. It's how you maintain it. That's a huge responsibility, more than
yeah,
getting.
Yeah, because ranking first at one time is not the one, but to maintain the place
No,
is
no.
something
Yeah,
which is very
yeah,
difficult with all of us. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
you're such an inspiring personality that way too, sir. And one more thing related to this Shollus only, sir. So, how do you intertwine the, because there is a very peculiar pattern which I have seen, this Shollus to the intertwining of different gatis of body movement, which you generally choreograph when you start choreographing it. Because people have tried it many ways to interpret it their ways, but the way Kiran's generally choreograph to the Shollus which they have, especially the ones with the Deva or Devata's name also in between them. Sometimes you show the DT, sometimes you show the body movement, sometimes just a movement, bending in the body, not even the foot movement. And sometimes you will be telling it in different gati, the footwork is in different gati. It gives a myriad of, approach and Nritta can do on stage. Because recently we watched your performance in Tumkur before the lockdown, so it's still there in
Oh,
the mind of all of
okay,
us.
okay.
Because we have seen the calculations of that generation, sir, like the Natuvanar's calculation, where they had that NCR mode, permutations and combinations, and leaving those kanakas and gaps in between. But that approach is completely different to the approach which you give. But though there is calculation, without calculation there is no jati, I believe. So how do you do these kind of things? I won't ask for the secret formula, but generally, how do you represent it?
There is no secret formula. Don't worry. I have taught all my students what I I have, so they all know what it is, and I'm sure they're all sharing with a lot of people. There is no. Basically, I have tried to understand both the musicality aspect and the dance aspect. What happens is when you take one for granted, then you lose out on this one for the other. In the sense, if I just take the somebody else will make a jati, I mean, even if they make, it's okay. If they give, I need to understand, go into details of why, how they visualize that, how they arrived at that, what is the kind of this one they have for presentation, what they have, and what is that they look through that. Then here dance, I has its own technicalities, and I try to see how both can harmonize. See, what I do in most of my choreographies is try to harmonize. Means it should be like when we are speaking, we are spontaneous, isn't it? Now, as much as you're asking me questions and I'm answering you, it's a spontaneous process. As you know, it's have everything happening so fast. It just in seconds, fraction of seconds. The same thing. It is again speaking through your dance. So when you take these calculations and you're dancing, both should harmonize. Number one. Number two, you have to understand the complete this one essence of your suppose your calculations and your dance, and see which are the things which merge, which are the
Merge.
things don't merge, which are the things can be asymmetrical. Sometimes, like you said, I say something, they do something. Whether even if I do that, I harmonize. Even if I might be saying something, tapping something, the dancer is doing something. So harmony is there. When you see it, you will not, you will, if you go detail, you can see I'm saying something, I'm tapping something, the dancer is doing something. But for the audience, it's a beautiful exploration of three different things coming harmoniously to them. So I was very much interested in that. And for me, uh, uh, the every aspect of Sangeeta should be there in dance is my personal view. For example, I have used a lot of aspects of Alapana, Kalpana Sura, Neraval, and calculations, all those things judiciously. Of course, dance is the main thing. I won't say that it is. Dance is the main thing, but I make sure it's loaded with this because the content is rich. So when you load it with that content is rich, it has value. When I say value, I'm not talking about the monetary value. I'm talking
Exactly.
value for the work. So that is very important for us. So we need to understand the aspects of it. You have to be with it. It is just not okay now when takita comes takata. Why it comes, whether how it can be used, why it cannot be used, it can be
Mm.
used somewhere else. So that is also there. It is just not putting things together and saying I mean, you can do that, you can package it like that, I would say. But it's beautiful when you take that extra time and effort to understand and do it, because you're giving a fine product outside for people. So there is no
Yes.
secret. There is no secret. It is
No, no,
just purity of keeping the purity of both the things intact, the music
no.
and the dance, and bringing it together is what is important, and that's what I concentrate more on.
Okay. Sir, let me share you one of my experiences. I think I was in my PU or in my engineering long, long ago. I think 15 to 16 years ago. You and ma'am had come to Tumkur for Nupura Charana show. Long, long ago. I was very young at that point of time. I first time I saw couple dancers. So in my life, because in Tumkur city, that too in live, I saw you people, and I was so inspired. And from then on, one thing which I noticed, I don't know if I'm wrong also, but at then till now, even whenever I remember about Kiran sir, I still see those kind of things which happened on that evening actually. So I think Ramya ma'am was on Natuvangam, and the way you used to compliment the Pakkavadya or your
Ah,
orchestra, and later after that show, I got a little freedom to come to Bangalore whenever I wanted work shows and all from my family side also. I grew a little older, so they sent me. Then I came here. That was a part of your performance, and whenever you say oh something like that before you go, they all get so much of energy, and it's like refresh button on your computer. So they all used to that was something, a lively connection between a dancer and the musicians, which I saw in connect to what you just said. Now I just remembered that show which came to my mind. So how would you your
See, it
thoughts
is
on?
it's just an involuntary action. I wouldn't maybe plan. It's just like we are all eating the same fruit, and each
Yeah.
of us relishing it. So when I relish it, I cannot stop liking it, isn't it? At that moment, some moment, I felt so nice. So I would, if a Marangis plays something,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
even the vocalist sings something so beautifully, or a violinist or flautist, anybody, or Natwangam, when they say something, you cannot stop. You should not stop. My personal, you should not stop, because that is what is you. If you stop and become this one, that means you're guarding yourself. You don't need to guard yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So it's important for them not only just to give them, of course, like you said, it motivates anybody. When I was to be sitting to play Mridangam, if somebody said it, just looked at me and said, beautiful, I used to get that Josh, to do
Yeah.
more or play more. So that one thing apart, but basically, honestly, I enjoy the music. I enjoy each one of the musicians have their own uniqueness, and I love identifying that, and I enjoy it. I experience it and enjoy it. And sometimes it's involuntary. I do it on stage. Though sometimes people say, "Oh, it'll become you're going off from your involvement in dance." No, 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 no. We are all together. How can it be going off? If they stop singing and playing Mridangam, can I dance? No.
Not
So they are
possible.
very much part of my journey with me. So how can I not like and appreciate what they're doing? I have to do. And there are also so many times when we are dancing, they say it's so beautiful. They look at us and they appreciate. And Abradhangi says, "Wow!" It gives us also So it's together. We are all like together, and we like it to experience it. We enjoy it together. We enjoy the meal together. And it's like enjoying a
Uh,
meal together. So that's is very important. And who is the person who has cooked the divine?
I know.
So we all appreciate. We all appreciate. Whatever we have is only from that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we have to. It's just an involuntary. It's not. meant to be to show off that I'm trying to appreciate somebody, or it's not meant to just think that, oh, because of my saying something, they will do anything more. No, no, no. Our musicians are such great people that their contribution is unparalleled to our dancers' life. It's unparalleled because they give so much life to our dancing. So it's our duty to appreciate it and respect it.
Thank you, sir. That's a great answer. Sir, towards choreography part of yours, sir, I don't know. This is what I have analyzed your choreographies as, because sometimes exuberant aharya or exuberant lighting and sound effects will be used. That is also a rich performance which we get out of it. But a sada, pakka typical Bharatanatyam costume, and a group of people will come and they create the magic. But that the expression will be through the other parts of a body, like movements,
Okay. I think
yeah.
you're asking me
So they
how
would look at
where
you
it
would look at choreographing things as objects, some objects moving across the stage and creating that mental image to all of us.
right,
So
right.
is it true? Is my
True,
question, and
very true.
if it is.
No, it's very true what you are saying. For me, when I choreograph, I generally tend to have people in front of me, and I just lose when I have people in front of me when I'm choreographing. I just tend to lose their identity. I forget because once you associate, then you have problem. So I don't. I just they are all beautiful embodiments of dance which are just flowering from themselves, from within. So I tap on that particular point because that's where lies the true energy of a dancer. So what I do is when I have them, first of all, I create a canvas. Okay, I create a canvas first because without canvas I can't do. I have to have a canvas. Then when I say canvas, it not physically
Stage.
canvas, a canvas in front of me and having all these properties. And I say properties, no offense meant. In the sense,
Okay.
I also become a property there. So I all bring them in front of me, keep that, and try to make a beautiful. It's like making a beautiful painting. So when I do that, sometimes I am feel that there is something I need to reduce, I need to add, and all those things. And then later on, I will go to the final finished product. Till then, I will not call it a complete product, though it might look complete product. In the sense, it might look, oh, it's already choreographed, looks beautiful. It's not that. For me, it is. For me, choreography is a spontaneous part. When I say spontaneous, you might wonder how can it be spontaneous? Because when you choreograph, you have to only do that. Yes, you have to do that. But if you see every dancer, when you do, even if I teach my student and she does, there will be certain things she will be blossoming within herself, from within herself. So she'll be adding a lot of color extra, or she'll be adding a lot of beautiful this one to it. So I have to allow that to happen. Then it's beautiful. So if I restrict it, then it becomes like a what you say a very rigid
A framed kind of.
presentation. For me, it should be flowing. I just bring the colors, create a beautiful this one, and I just shake, it goes off. Again, it remains. This is the way I play around with my way of uh, looking at choreography. That's how you see sometimes, and I bring many things. You said lighting. Yes, I today's scenario. Many a times when I know a production needs a lighting, I will work on the lighting also. In the sense, I understand that we have a lighting designer, a lighting technician who does lighting. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't call him and say, "Non production is only lighting madbudi." No, I would like to understand what he thinks is
Uh,
uh, right for it and try to understand from his point of view and again
Perspective. Yeah.
alter it because I would have thought without that. Now I have thought, now I know what he's thinking, so I will again rework according to the lighting he's going to do. It's still a process. So same way with my sound. When I say, when we create a final this one in the music, okay, it sounds like this, but when we go there, when we have technical things, how will it sound, what are the things we are using? All those things matter to me. The stage matters to me, the costume matters to me, everything matters to me. And there are times when nothing no, just to have four halogens will be on, the mic will be there, and that time. But irrespective both, what should speak is your dance.
Right.
Your dance should speak. You should not think that you can do something with your lighting or thinking. No, your
So
dance should speak. Dance should speak. Your dance should remain the same and work the same. These are all are embellishing you. It's
that's
like, see, for example, I'm wearing a nice kurta. It's embellishing me. Okay, but kurta is not just myself. It's only embellishing me,
it.
isn't it?
Very
So, but I
rightly
can
said.
choose the right kurta. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
wear something like this. It looks good. It is not going to do anything more than that. Okay, but it is important. But that should not change the inner self. That is the quality of dancing. It should
Sir,
remain
I
good.
think all the viewers got I think the most simplest way of understanding the big concept of choreography, sir, because no readings can give you such kind of,
Yeah.
insights. Thank you so much for enriching all of them
Mhm.
with your kind words and the way you look at choreography as a canvas and the way you, move it. It's such a beautiful metaphor you used to, explain what choreography is, sir. Sir, last two questions, which I know I'll take little more time because I want to
Okay.
discuss with you in 5 minutes, sir. Not more than
No
that.
problem.
Two
No
things,
problem.
sir. When do you about a performance? Because nowadays people, earn too much. I want to perform here. I want to perform there. If there is a season, they want some 10 to 15 performances across everywhere. So, I mean, what is your take on such things? And secondly, pay to perform.
Uh, Performances, why not? Because ours is a performing art, visual art. Having performances is not wrong. Getting performances is not wrong. But dancing only for performance is wrong. You understand? There's a lot of
Yes, sir.
difference.
Yeah,
Having
yeah.
performance is not wrong. Performing 10 places is not wrong. Absolutely fine. And making, working because the population of dancers are so many now, we have to really struggle to get a performance. I know how the difficulties, fine. But dancing only for performance, I'm against it. Because what will you do in 10 performances if you're going to be dancing without your practice, without your doing dancing without for a performance? Because you're going to be saying the same thing in all the 10 performances. And
Mm.
how do you expect the audience to come and again and again and again watch you? There will be your near and dear friends and few people who will come and watch you. But if you really want to spread your knowledge, your art, and get more people to appreciate our dance, then you have to dance without performance also. That is the problem. See, only when you dance for performance, you have no time for practice. Where do you practice? Or you have to sacrifice your other things, to wake up in midnight and practice early morning. You should not have time constraints. See, I mean, to me personally, I have no time constraints. It can be in the midnight, early morning. I just don't care. For me, it is a way of life. My practice is a way of life. I don't restrict it to time or saying early morning 8 to 10 and evening 5 to 7. All those things don't work with me because I'm
Timetable.
not like timetable doesn't work. So, but performance only for performance, I am not very. I feel sad because I know as a performer myself, I see the decline in quality of dancing. You,
Hmm.
however good you are as a performer, that doesn't matter. You might be good as a dancer, but what are you giving? You're giving the same thing again and again. Same kind of no. I'm not saying you should give new every time, but at least the flavor should be good. No, the quality of your dancing should be
Better.
good. The flavor should be good.
Mm.
Pay for performance. Honestly, God has been very kind. My gurus have been great support, and my people around have been extremely. I have been lucky that, honestly, to be truthful, and I'm telling on public platform, I have never paid for a performance till now.
We can expect
Why
that
I'm
from you,
saying
sir. From a
why I'm
person.
saying is not because I am any great this or nothing. I relied completely on the content, on the
Mm.
stuff. Yes, there is competition. I agree. I know that sometimes, to be practical, somewhere they say, oh, you pay, you perform. No, I'm saying if you want to do that, spend the money, create your own platform.
One platform.
Okay, you spend that money. Sometimes you go and pay, and you will have five people in the audience. Do you want to spend money for that? Spend that money. Book an auditorium. Okay, you dance. Call people. They will come. Will watch you. At least you're satisfied. You know what
Mm.
you're doing. Here, I'm not. I'm totally against. You are doing it for a charity. You are doing it for a fundraising. You are doing it for some genuine this one. Okay, you do it as a service. I am not saying no, but there are a lot of people who are, kind of misusing this
Mm.
and I feel sad for young dancers. I know they are under peer pressure because they say that if I don't pay, sir, they will not give me performance. Who cares? Who will remember you after that performance? Tell me. Who will remember you after that performance? No one will remember you. And no, you are not going to get another performance because you have paid somebody and performed. No,
Mm.
it's crazy. Instead of that, my teacher taught me. Actually, he was actually Dhananjayan sir was branded to be money minded. Actually, I'm telling this because he said if somebody asked him to dance, he said, "What is my name remuneration?" When at that time, I'm talking. So he was saying, "Oh, what is this? Your money man?" I mean, come on. If I tell somebody that I have a performance, they will say, "Okay, what is this expense of your music? This one. What is the expense of the auditorium? What is expensive? Why is the dancer should not survive? Is it?
Mm.
Dancer also need to be respected and paid. What's wrong?
That's
And
true.
it's important. We are also kind of this one in our life. So pay and performance, I would not recommend unless unless it is a service, unless it's something which is going to benefit 100 people somewhere, you do it. I'm not saying no. But to do that, you can only spend money, book your auditorium, call people, they'll come in big numbers, watch, publicize well, talk about, create good work, just not for
Mm.
performance, create good work,
Mm.
showcase that good work. You feel satisfied even spending that money. I have also spent money to perform, in the sense not paying people. There are
Paying
times
people.
when I thought, okay, I have nobody in this one, so let me just do it free. I mean, I wouldn't have taken any money, or I would have just booked an auditorium and danced with my my students and all those things because they need also an exposure. We have done that. There's nothing wrong in that. So this is my uh, opinion about it. It's
I
personal,
think
so don't think that
rightly
I
said,
am
sir.
advising.
And you also gave a solution. You also gave a solution to them. That's the wonderful thing which you did, because generally people say don't go for it. Then people will ask, what should I do? So you have a solution. You can book your own
Yeah,
auditorium
you you
once
you
and
you, you can do that, and you'll be spending half the
where you
money.
can do annual show.
No, you can do two shows in what the money you give somebody.
Yeah, exactly, sir. That's true. And yes, sir. And lastly, sir, from last 1 year and past, let's say, a few months, I can see we have seen a very strong personality in you. What has happened, we all know, because COVID, this COVID situations have brought every family in some or the other distress, but something which we can see you in that is that strong personality, which we didn't probably feel that Kiran sir is such a strong person who can go. Was this art did really help you to, I mean, stay, balanced in your mind? Or what is that kind of, message you want to share, that even in this kind of, deep distress, dance keeps you something alive, or, it balances your emotions? And how does it help you, sir? Rather, this is just a, kind of
For
message.
me, dance, yes. For me, I don't know about strong personality. I'm also a very hypersensitive and emotional person. But what dance has done to me is helped me to express myself better.
Mm.
For me, more than balancing my emotions and things like that, it has made me express myself better. It has made me realize the reality in a much better way. Okay. And when I start dancing, at that moment, I feel that I can see reality around me in a right perspective when I do it. When I finish my dancing, also, when I sit quiet for a few minutes after I dance, I can see everything in the right perspective, the way it is. So for me, it is a mode of expression. It's a beautiful way where it makes me express my emotions, my thoughts, and also very important for me, it helps me correct myself many a times, because I always think that I am right. I can never go wrong, or I am perfect, or I can never be, imperfect or something like that. No, it gives me a realistic picture of myself too. So it makes me understand what are sometimes my mistakes, what are correctable mistakes, what are things which I just need to be with, and see how I can compensate by some other thing in life. So for me, dance is a more of my own inner self, my true self, expressing through me, which was with many other things from outside would mar it. So dance is a very powerful, what you say, energy in me, which makes me express myself in the right way. For me,
Right.
it is that. And for me, equally, my the people around me, my family is such a beautiful thing I have in my life, and my students, all of my family, my wife Sandhya, Rasika, my junior students Ramya, Shivaranjini, and all my students have had added a lot of value to my life. And all my artists, when I interact with artists, I just enjoy that part, because I can see such a commonness in us. I love dance. I can see that love in you also for dance. I am hungry for dance. I can see that hunger in you. And I can see so much of common. Then what happens? That brings oneness. Oh, we are all one, you know. There is no difference. It is just that we think that we are different, but we are all one. So this is what dance is to me. Dance is just my, a very important, say, an energy in me, which makes me express what I am.
That's great, sir. Sir, just for the this show, generally we have ended with a rapid fire, sir. I'll just
Okay.
say some words, and you can just tell me whatever comes to your mind related to that word. Shall we start, sir? I think signal also helps me now. I guess. Hero,
Uh, Kamal Hassan.
love,
Love people.
happiness.
Seeing someone else smile.
Wow. Food,
Sharing.
festival,
Celebrating together.
travel,
A lonely pursuit. I mean,
wow.
yeah.
Rhythm,
Huh?
rhythm.
My prana.
Wow. And dance.
Dance is I am is like I'm in dance is a globe in which I am one part of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great, sir. It was really nice and so thoughtful. It was to interact with you, and I didn't know how time actually went. I think we should have
Yeah.
more and more sessions with you. I had lot
Yeah.
of plans to ask
Mm.
you, Jeti, this, that, and all those things, but I think time doesn't permit, and I don't want to
Yeah.
take much time of yours too.
No, no,
Thank you
no.
so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, and I really enjoyed this session, and I was a little scared because of Rupashri Madam because she's such a knowledgeable person, and if she asked me, I'm thankful that you asked me questions. I'm not saying
Oh,
that you're any less, don't mind. She's such a well versed in certain subjects, like in Kannada and Sanskrit and all. I was
Sanskrit,
worried
yeah.
where she will ask me theoretical questions gone, then I'm gone. So I'm very thankful for her for just being quite spectator. And I thank you for doing this wonderful service because it's not easy. You might think, okay, a lot of people think, okay, you're interviewing people and talk. No, no. It is sharing is caring. That's what you're doing. You're caring for people. So it's very important. You offered me a bouquet of Nritya Gucha, and I'm going to offer you a thank you of through my small Solukatu.
Wow, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Uh, Tadittaganaga jam tarikita taka dittaganaga jam tarikita taka jam tarita jagatarita darita daratat duratat dimitat takatiku kritikurdum takatiku kritikurdum takatiku kritikurdum tadittaganaga jam tarikita taka dittaganaga jam tarikita taka jam tarita jagatarita darita daratat duratat dimitat takatiku kritikurdum takatiku kritikurdum tadittaganaga jam tarikita taka tarita dandata jondu tadimi taka dittaganaga jam tarikita taka tarita dandata jondu tadimi tadittaganaga jam tarikita taka dittaganaga jam tarikita taka taditta Tadditta, ditta, tattagatiku kritikurdum, tattagatiku kritikurdum, tattita, tadditta, ditta, tadditta, kritikurdum, tadditta, tadditta, ditta, kritikurdum. Thank you so much
Thank you, sir.
for
Thank
having me,
you.
and it was such a pleasure talking to you. Namaskaram to all of you who have
Thank you.
listened to this interview. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste, sir. Thank you again.
Namaste. Namaste.